What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, and being part of that environment. I am. We've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. As always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Good morning, Ryan Knight. If you need to unmute yourself, guy.
Thank you. Yes, always good to see you, brother. For those that don't remember who Ryan Knight is, I'm one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage their business is in and help them create a strategy to grow their companies. And we do that with help with microloans that we launch and our social enterprise that helps with marketing and sales. And also, I'm one of the co-founders of the Detailing Nights, a mobile waterless car cleaning service that goes to people's houses or their offices, cleans their car on the spot without using water, and our plant-based eco-friendly cleaning supplies. Looking forward to maybe towards the end of today's show, we're going to be doing our first giveaway for our car wash for the birthday club. So if you have not joined the Detailing Nights birthday club, definitely go to detailingnights.ca/birthday club, sign up, and you might win us coming to your house to clean your car. And during your birthday week, you get discounts on gift pricing. So check out the birthday club. And so those that already joined are entered into the draw, and we're going to be selecting a winner. And you'll be seeing video of us cleaning their car this weekend.
Wonderful. But first things first, today is a little bit of a crazy day already. I got up nice and early today because it was so nice outside. The humidity was gone. I got a bunch of stuff done. Come down to my computer. My main camera's not working. Trying to find that out, trying to figure it out. So it's still not working. I'm using a different camera, so it's a different look today. So if things look a little different, they are. I'm going to try and figure it out over the weekend because half an hour ago, I had nothing coming up on camera. Nothing. Also, for some reason, well, probably me, the regular YouTube stream is not working, but we're still broadcasting on YouTube. It's just under another title. That's a mess, but we are still broadcasting on YouTube. We had a post all set up and it didn't. So there's at least one person watching. Of course, they're on Twitch, but I think there's some people watching on YouTube, but not through their regular YouTube stream. But we are on Substack. So I got something right.
Hey, Substack for the win.
Substack for the win. What's been going on this week, Ryan?
This week has been quite interesting, working on some projects with ACBN, doing some training for some of the Detailing Nights youth entrepreneurs. So for those that might not know, in the summer, we run micro franchises with young entrepreneurs, either in high school or college, university. So we had our first cohort in June. We're doing our next cohort for July, and we're doing a final cohort in August. So for that month, you pretty much get to run your business wherever you live. So exciting to see, the creative ideas that some of the youth have about how to get the word out about their now new business. So if you know somebody that, might have trouble getting a job this summer, and might have that potential to start their own business, definitely send them our way because we'd love to show them that they have the potential to start their own business. And I'm telling you, when they start out, a lot of times they're might not feel as confident starting their own business, but usually by the end of the summer, you can see that chest raise up a bit and the confidence really being there. So always a fan of seeing the progression. We always say the success is in not quitting. If you join, getting to the end of the summer is the success,
Good. So if people look like I'm a little all over the place this morning, I was just checking. There are people watching on the YouTube channel. So I am glad it's not, again, the regular platform, but they are watching. So don't be afraid to put comments in I'll be monitoring because usually they would come right into us, but I have to monitor on the YouTube channel. That is great.
Right.
How has the summer been for detailing nights?
It's been good. Actually, I was out. My daughter, she's kind of got her first job working with me this summer. So it was her birthday on the 15th. So happy birthday to Jasmine. And yeah, being able to work with her, seeing her actually do quite well, learning how to detail cars and earn some money for, I know she wanted to purchase one of the Nintendo products, either a 3DO or 3D, not 3DO, oh my gosh, does anybody remember 3DO, the platform? So yeah,
No.
Nintendo 3DS, and because before I remember when we wrote the book together, Jazz and Dad started a lemonade stand. We used those sales for her to buy a Nintendo Switch. So now she's like, oh, I need to save up and get this 3DS. I guess the retro hacking of it has become an in thing for teenagers. So yep, who knew? But yeah, getting to work alongside her this summer has been great. And my son, although he's only 10, he wanted to get into working too. I was like, enjoy your summer. I'm not gonna push the child labor laws too much. But maybe we'll go out and hand out flyers together. I know with him by my side at the door, I'll get to use the cute factor. But he also started baseball for the first time, and that used to be my sport when I was younger. So I'm trying not to be the overbearing dad just yet and put too much pressure on him, vicariously live my life through my child because I didn't make it to the majors. I gotta get him to make it. But nah, it's been good. He hasn't quit, so he's enjoying it. We go out and just practice and throw the ball around and practice hitting. He practices pitching. So if he wants to play, I'll definitely be there to watch and cheer him on.
100%. Wonderful. That is good. That is good. Yeah.
Yeah, how did you survive the heat wave? I feel like it just broke yesterday.
Well,
So
well, the nice thing was it broke without much rain. Like yeah, about mid yesterday afternoon, you notice a real cooling in temperature.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
like the
and
wind
more of
started to
a breeze. Like
yeah, the breeze started coming from the north instead of the south. I took my dad to some medical appointments down at Princess Margaret Hospital yesterday, so had to do that dreaded downtown drive, which wasn't too bad. Getting down there wasn't bad. Coming back wasn't too bad either. So it was all right, but definitely not having to use the air conditioner and just being able to have the windows down and just enjoy the breeze. Beautiful,
so
beautiful. That is good. That is good. So yeah, I thought it was great, and yeah, it was pretty crazy this week. I didn't go out that much.
mhm.
It's just strategic outings, and just stayed inside the house or hung out downstairs to enjoy the coolness. And when I had to go out, I said very strategic, make sure I got everything done. Bang, bang, bang. Come back in the house. So it was all good, and actually I'd get a chance to communicate with people all around the world, especially in a lot of areas of North America right now. It is hot. It is very hot. So yeah, but hey, it's like I said, within 5 or 6 months, we'll say, "Oh, where don't you wish?" Because you know that weather's gonna flip.
That's where I never complain about heat. I would rather be drenched in sweat and humid and the shirt wet without thinking about winter. Like winter to me is being cold is so much worse than being hot. And I feel for me. So yeah, I never complain about the heat.
Yeah,
In
hundred
fact,
percent.
my daughter always makes fun of me and my wife too that I still wear my jacket when it was the heat wave because it has all my stuff. So I go out in my jacket. I'll take it off when I'm driving, but when I'm leaving the house, I have my jacket on. And a lot of times when you go into buildings, it's freezing. So
Yes,
you're dressed for the outside heat, but now you're not prepared for the inside cold. So you're there shivering when you need a jacket. So I keep it
got
with me. I don't let it sit around.
gotcha. No, 100%, hundred
Yes.
percent. I have to hail up the Cornwall College Old Boys Association. They had their annual summer picnic last Sunday at the Centennial Park in Etobicoke, which I hadn't been to in a long time.
Yes.
And it was a nice event. The weather was good, even though it was warm. We sat underneath a tree, Very cool, very nice. So I've got to hail him up with that. Um, I say blessings to the Americans who are watching because lots of things going on in your country, man. So we are praying for you, and we hope that things turn out. But ah, that's all I got to say when it comes to America right now. Ah,
Well, speaking of parks, have you been to the, or do you know anybody that's been to the temporary Rogers Stadium, that fifty
no,
thousand seater?
no, but yeah, didn't play there for a few? And they said
Yeah.
the first few concerts was like 2 hours to get out.
It was a mess. Even they mentioned it on stage too, because people, I guess, got rerouted to a different entrance, so they had to walk farther to get. It was a logistical mess, I would say. But on a macro level, have you been seeing what's happening with the whole Downsview area with that new development that
No,
Northwest is doing?
no.
Man, it's like a 30-year project. Apparently, they're building 5 cities where the Bombardier, you know, what they used to
Five
test planes?
cities.
5 cities in that Downsview area. And the first one, I think, is called the Hangar District. So it'll be like shops and residential inside of old airplane hangars. We gotta go out and check out what's going on. So if anybody else knows, has some more information about it, please keep us in the loop.
You mean the congestion? More congestion.
I don't. They're actually building more subway stops. They're building, I think, a GO connection and building more roads. I'm telling you, it's 5 cities, so they're building out, I guess, how the roads are gonna connect. So yeah, it's massive, massive project. We have to keep our thumb on it and keep close to what's
Oh,
happening in our city. Because I actually used to live near Downsview at Keelan Wilson, so it's like full circle going back there and seeing what they're developing.
uh, it's out of control. It's just nuts. Like I said, what decade are they going to finish the Eglinton LRT?
Right?
Like, what decade are they going to
Yeah.
finish that
It
thing?
would be great to get a representative from cross.
Oh, I don't want to. No, that's a waste of time. They're
I
not
want
going to
I
answer.
want to look them in the eyes and be like, what is happening?
Oh, yeah,
Because
because
that's
now, yeah, because they now there's contradiction. The Ontario government saying it's going to open in September, but yesterday the city council meeting, they're saying, TD saying, I don't know if it'll be able to open on time.
there's
Oh,
no
you're only 11 years past.
exactly. There's no chance for September. I do see them testing some of the
I
trains,
do also.
right? Like I saw by
I do
Eglinton and
also.
Don Mills, they're testing,
Yeah.
but no chance in September. That's a Ford optimism in front of cameras. I need to say something positive kind of message.
Well, let's see if we can lighten up the day. Let's go to a 30. Let's go for a break for about 30 seconds and we'll do some housework. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a friend on who's going to be checking us out fully on Monday. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Vibe here.
Listen, if you're in debt, the country's in good company.
The election campaign specifically, very manipulative.
For people that don't have the right tools and equity isn't there, what is the solution?
The fact that the union has to go on strike to tell the government to do what you and I both know is logical.
Yeah, that's up to us, not politicians. Yes, that's the morning vibe. You like the new spot? I like it.
Very cool.
I like it. I like it. Thanks to all the people in the background that are doing the right thing. And you know what I love? There are people watching on the right feed. So, hey, type in your comments because I see you're watching on YouTube. Yay that you are watching on YouTube, which is a beautiful thing. You know, and there I go to other things. See what I'm doing? I'm fooling around too much. See what I'm doing? I'm fooling around too much. That's what I'm doing. All right. Having too much fun on the screen. All right. Let's get to some housekeeping. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky and Substack. Yay, Substack. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe, the dr, vibeshow.com. or click on the link. Also, to advertise your business product or service on any of the platforms I'm a part of, email me at, again, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And finally, IndieSoup TV, which is run by our dear friend Dr. Tachi out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where it's most of the time very warm. Because when I tell about the temperature, oh, you guys, whatever.
Right.
And it's she got about 28,000 subscribers on that YouTube channel. As I always say, only 10% of all YouTube channels have over 10,000 subscribers. And she's done it about 18 months on her platform. So please check it out. All right. Starting this Monday, we're going to have a monthly series for the next 5 months talking. It's called the C.R.A.F.T series. And what's the C.R.A.F.T series all about? The C.R.A.F.T series is designed to provide insight, resources, and real support to anyone invested in healthy aging and strong family connections within Black communities. And we are blessed and highly favored to have the lady who's going to be bringing that to us, Desiree King. So welcome, Miss Desiree King. How are you?
Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm well, thank you. Having a good time listening to you guys talk about heat and all that kind of stuff, but I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your positive, productive schedule. Before we talk a few minutes with you, because we're going to get all of you on Monday, can you share a little bit of background about yourself?
Yes. So as you said, my name is Desiree King. I am the broker of record and founder of King's Downsizing and Estate Services and King's Golden Years Concierge. So by the name, you can tell my focus is on working with older adults as they navigate the different phases in life as they go through it.
Nice.
Love that. Love that.
Well, now, Brian, I know you like going in only a few minutes because we're going to get a whole pile of her on Monday. Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
That's great.
Right.
I was going to ask, how did you survive the heat the past week and a half or a week or so?
Listen, I chuckled because when you said you love the heat, I love the heat. I'm the person sitting in the backyard with the umbrella over me and shifting with the sun and sweating and drinking my water. So I love it.
I love it. No, that's so good. That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah. I'm curious what made you focus on older adults instead of, because did the brokerage always focus there or did it shift?
Listen, to go into that, I'd have to go back to 8-year-old me who watched her mother when it was Ryerson Polytechnic, going to school to be a geriatric nurse. So that's a teaser of how, like you're saying with your kids, what our parents do with us from a young age can implant a seed as we grow forward and form our businesses.
Absolutely. Okay, looking forward to hearing about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. And Desiree reached out to me, I guess, about a month ago.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation. Say, hey, you know what? This is very unique what you are doing, let alone in the general public, but in the Black environment. And we had a quick conversation, came up with an idea, and now there's 5 parts to it. And high level, Desiree, can you just tell what each letter in C.R.A.F.T stands for?
Okay, so C.R.A.F.T is an acronym. It's also a word, so it's interesting how it ties in together. But the C sounds for clarity. So when we go into a family, we begin by helping you clearly define what are your goals, what are your priorities and ideal outcomes, where are you now, what happens when the what if happens. So you're prepared to tackle these things than not having a plan. Because as we know, failing to have a plan is a plan for failure. Okay. Research. R stands for research. We explore your options, retirement communities, aging in place, meaning staying put, which I know in our community, most of our parents want to stay put. But how do you do so, and how do you do so safely and successfully? What are the legal and financial requirements? A is for assess. Together, we assess your current living environment. So I come in, we look at your personal needs, the safety risks, and create resources to help create a personal plan to age safely in place. F now is for find. We help you find the right supports, whether that's vetted service providers, housing solutions, or trusted professionals. All too often, we hear about seniors being taken advantage of, especially in media. That's what we hear about. A lot of times, a lot of shame behind it, but we help you find vetted, trusted professionals. And T, my favorite part, we guide the timeline and execution with care, ensuring that everything happens at a pace that respects your needs and provides peace of mind. So this is a comprehensive plan. When put together, it helps you get from where you are to where you want to be.
All right. Before we go any further, I producer Matt has got my back, and I see that Ray McMillan is in the house saying, "Good morning, gentlemen. Congestion is part of urban growth, Dr. Vibe." So he always likes to put me in order. He's saying, compared to many North American cities, Toronto is miles ahead in terms of development and growth. So point taken. And for those also, Ray McMillan will be joining us on the conversation on Monday because I was Race, I mentioned about this series. So he said, I know Desiree. So what's the connection between you and Ray?
Yeah, so way back about 15 years ago when I purchased my first home, Ray was the mortgage professional who helped me get my first mortgage. And since then, we've stayed in contact.
So there you
I
go.
love it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Ray McMillan joining us, I think, on the monthly conversations also. This situation for our Black elders,
Yes.
how much has it gotten more serious post-pandemic?
Isolation definitely has contributed to that. I think just people are busier. Let's face it, people are busier. And with the traffic we're talking about, like I grew up in Scarborough, for example. I live in Mississauga now.
Hold on a second. Why did you leave the East Coast and go west?
You know what? I flipped. I just flipped the switch. Everybody from Scarborough usually goes Pickering, Ajax, Whitby. I went to Burlington. I just wanted a complete change in scenery. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone.
Trader.
I have a cousin whose mom lives in Scarborough. She's in Brampton. Her mom needs help. The commute from Brampton to Scarborough, depending on the time of day, unless you're going at 2 a.m, is hectic. So it's gotten worse. They need help. They don't know where to turn. A lot of Caribbeans, I would say, come from a very secretive hush-hush kind of thing. So there needs to be someone to help them do that from an outside perspective.
Gotcha. And it was interesting because with ACBN, the Afro-Caribbean Business Network, we actually purchased a franchise of Just Like Family Home Care, where they do senior PSW home care. Yes. And then in our network, we sent out a notification like, hey, curious to see who is in this situation of taking care of their parents. And we had over 150 people respond that they're in this situation. And you don't realize I want to say the burden, but the pressure that a person running a business has with family life. Yeah. And then, so we weren't even asking the question before because now the business might not be operating optimal because they're trying to take care of their parents and take care of their children. So now that we're having those conversations, we know, okay, what kind of support can we get for this person that's in this situation?
Exactly.
So I'm curious how you work with, like families that now are struggling but don't know the resources. So where do they typically start with you?
Again, it starts with that conversation and C for clarity, sitting down and finding out, depending on what stage the parent is at as well. There's so many different stages. You have active seniors. You have seniors who are now discovering health complications, or they may have lost the spouse. So it really depends on what stage they're at. And starting from there, seeing what resources they need. I have a background as well in home care. So I worked at a home care company as a care coordinator, and I've seen what people come with. Then we know, as we all know or may not know, there's a big dementia crisis with our seniors. Anyone I have a conversation with within the first 5 minutes, I hear that D word. So there's also dealing with that and understanding it, because not everyone's been diagnosed yet. So there is so much, depending on the situation, listening to the conversation to determine where are we? And this is where we start. Because I have a brokerage, people sometimes call me and say, well, mom needs to move. And I say, okay, let's pump the brakes. Right. It's not about moving. That's at the end of the road. Let's start here. Does mom want to move? Does she? And then in the Caribbean community as well, we talk about moving to retirement residences and their nursing home. I grew up with a Trini mother who said, don't put me in no nursing home, eh?
Exactly. My dad has already laid down that law.
They threaten us with that. Then we got to show them what the options are. And also, I think it's so much different than back home when their parents were aging, where you had community. We don't have that here. So you can't rely on neighbor next door to bring you food.
Desiree, I finally have someone who supports me because I do not feel there's a C. And Ryan always pushbacks on me. Why do you say we don't have a community here? Because I feel like I'm waving my flag and jump, 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 jump.
Well, I say it because I come from a small village in Trinidad, and there you knew all your neighbors. They actually said good morning. If they didn't see you, they come check in. So that was your check in for free from people who really cared. They would cook. My grandmother used to cook meals as poor as she was and deliver it to other people who needed meals. We don't have that here. There's a lot of seniors here living in isolation, don't even know their neighbors. And I've heard of scenarios even where, sadly enough, someone has passed away in the home and is there for days before someone discovers because they live in Vancouver or something. So we don't have that same sense of community as we did in the Caribbean, or even I would say as other communities here have dominated certain parts of the city as well. So we really don't have that.
Before we let you go, because we could go all in, but
I'll deal with this.
and I see you're already all in, so you're already ready to go for Monday.
I'm good.
Good stuff. The fact that many of us are not prepared for this
Yes.
responsibility, and I think when you and I chatted a little while back, I was very blessed. A number of months ago, one of my dad's closest friends, he became terminally ill, and one of but he had set himself up so that he could get 24/7 care at his home for the last years of his life.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. And the thing is, my dad and another gentleman, they all knew each other for over 70 years. They're all close friends.
Yes.
So this gentleman made my dad and the other gentleman the executors. But he also put in the will that if one of them could not fulfill their obligations, I was next in line.
Okay.
But they bought me into the process so I have a very good understanding on how things can be done if they're done right.
Yes. Yes.
And then up to the point that he had asked me to read the will to his family.
Gotcha.
But having that insight, how rare is that in our environment, since you and I don't use the C word? How rare is that in our environment? How that we have things set up well? Because first of all, many of us aren't ready for that responsibility. And as Ryan said early on, people running their business, oh my gosh, I got to take on this responsibility also.
Yes.
Can you speak to that?
I would say it's quite rare. We may have parents who have their finances in order, their house may be paid off for, they have their investments, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes to aging, if they're in a house, does it have a lift? Does it have the proper lighting? Is there a home where, in case they can't go up and down the stairs, that they can possibly build a room on the main floor with the washroom? Are they aware of what home care costs? Like what you mentioned with your friend, that's at least 30 grand or more a month off easily in care around the clock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had a worker with him 24/7, 7 days a week.
That's the ideal situation, but it's costly. And
Yes.
are they aware of the options of how now to take the equity in their home that they've worked all their life for and pay towards this? Because again, I find in our community, they tend to hold that closely because the goal was to pay off your home. Now it's paid off, you have this equity. Don't worry about the inheritances. Live your life, whether it's a great life traveling or if you're ill, you're getting the best care at home. That is the optimal situation. But it's rare. I see someone having that whole thing. I've gone into one home where I went in and they had the grab bars, they had the walk-in tub, they had the stairs, they had forward counters, rooms were down. They had the whole thing done. One home in the past 11 years I've seen like that.
Wow. And I'm curious for, I guess, coming up for the Monday show.
Yes.
And we're going to try and clip this. So what would be the reason that people should tune in on Monday to see your spot?
Tune in because life can change literally in a second. Every 11 seconds, there's a senior walking in with a fall-related injury into the hospitals. And a fall is where it can all begin and change your whole life, where you're being swarmed with questions, maybe being told this person's got to come home, but make these changes, and you don't know where to begin. So whether you're there or not, it's a conversation because we're getting older as well. And for me in this field, I'm looking at how I want to age as well. So anybody, as long as you're going to age, because if you don't age, you're going to die. I do help executives as well, but let's target life right now. As long as you're aging, you need to have a plan in place of what that looks like. And when I say aging, when I say seniors, anyone can be a senior. At 50, at 40, at 30, you can be a senior. Once you need assistance with one or more or two or more activities of daily living, you're considered a senior because you're no longer able to do these things yourself.
All right.
Gotcha.
So coming up on Monday, we're going to have episode 1 of this series. And it's going to be about Through Their Eyes, bringing clarity to the Black aging experience.
Yes.
So can you preview our family on what they're going to hear from you on Monday?
Yeah, we're going to talk about really what are your options. We're going to talk about legacy. When we age, we look at two things usually. It's legacy, and we're looking back at legacy and looking at what things look like now. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to delve into what are your options. We're going to delve into, for adult children who are caregivers, how to have that difficult conversation. The goal as well is also for caregivers. A lot of times when we're caregivers, we feel resentment towards our parents. Not that we don't love them, but we feel resentment whenever we come to visit. There's a whole bunch of tasks. Why not have a system in place when you come to visit them? You can appreciate your parents, spend some time with them, and let someone else take care of those tasks.
Absolutely.
100%. Well, you know what? We're going to let you go.
I'm ready. Monday already? I'm ready.
I know you're ready. But I just wanted to give an appetizer.
Appetizers. I can eat a whole plate of appetizers, but okay.
Are you? Is it this Friday or next Friday or first Fridays?
I did it last Friday.
You did last Friday. Okay,
yeah.
My mistake. And how did that go?
It went well. It went really, really well. I have it recorded as well. It went really well.
Good. Well, look, want to say thank you for giving an appetizer this morning. I'm really excited to have you with us for the next few months. And if we can just get her contact information up on the screen. Yes. And those are all the ways you can get in contact with Desiree. There's a website, kingsdownsizing.com. There's the Instagram. There's the Facebook. There's the email. Yes. So come back don't leave now, family, but make sure you come back on Monday to catch the first of a really amazing series. So Desiree, I want to say, first of all, thank you for giving your time. And also to you and your family, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. And remember to give yourself grace. And are you ready for myself, Ryan, and Ray McMillan on Monday?
I'm ready. I love these conversations. I'm ready.
All right. And also, too, if you're watching this on replay, if you want the QR code for Desiree's website, all you need to do is swipe and it'll take you right to the website. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.
Be well. All right, Ryan.
Nice.
So there we go. So exciting series over the next few months. Third Monday of each month, we're going to be getting a different lens on the whole aging. And I know ACBN has got into that marketplace. So I hope that you can get some good stuff out of it.
Yeah, always looking to learn more about how to support the older generation and see where we fit, because a lot of times you don't really know the questions to ask, and then you don't really know how to help. Because when a person does say, hey, man, it's a lot, like what I'm working through right now at the family, and you don't really have anything to offer. It's just like, if just listening is enough, that's great, but you want to be able to give some sort of resource. So with Desiree being able to say, like, hey, here's a good person to talk to, just to, like she said, get clarity on what's happening and how you can actually ease the pressure, I think is a great resource to have. And we should actually be finding more people in our community that have these types of services. Like, who else is in this space supporting our seniors? And what organizations are doing it,
Yeah, it's a very specialized service, and this is one of the things that when we chat about this area, I say, you know what? Baby boomers are not just non-melanated people, right? Like, we get old too. There's a lot of older baby boomers. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you. C Nurse K says, good morning all. Hello, Desiree. This is such an important issue. Finances do play a huge role in the ability to age in place. Can't wait to hear on Monday. I will reserve my questions. So, all right, C Nurse K is already fired up for Monday. So that's fantastic. That is really, really good stuff. All right, so let's switch it back. So we got other things on the go today. There's just a lot, but summer's going by. Well, it's not gone by. It's still middle of July, so enjoy it, family.
Exactly. People are getting too freaked out about the back to school commercials. Summer literally just started. There's 2 months of summer officially. We're halfway through the first month, so we still have 1 month and a half. So every day, figure out something to do to enjoy the sun with your children, your family, your friends. Take walks. Do not let September sneak up on you. Let's enjoy the summer. We're halfway into July. It's still mid-July. Let's enjoy it.
So good, so good. And because of my technical, I won't even run any polls or anything today because it's not going to connect properly to the YouTube channel. So, but I appreciate producer Matt who's keeping an eye on the alternate. Oh, good morning, Derek. From the morning, hey, Derek is in the house. What is up? So again, thank you, producer Matt, because I wouldn't probably be able to do all this back and forth without a producer today. So thank you. And he's keeping a monitor of what's going on the YouTube channel. Good. Ryan, are you taking any trips during the summer? Are there any vacation time? Do you vacation? Let's put it that way.
Not for a while. The last vacation we took was when Jasmine turned 6. She had wanted to go. She loved the beach. So we're like, okay, where could we go in the Caribbean for a beach? So we went to the Dominican, to Punta Cana.
Okay.
Yes. And that was the last, I would say, family trip that we've taken. So definitely, I know Antigua is on our list. My wife's father is from there, and we've never been. So getting to Antigua has been high on the bucket list, I would say, to get out there. Cool. But beyond that, more so, I would say staycations or mini up to, the beaches that are kind of on, what's it called, Lake Erie coast, and checking out more of Ontario. You don't realize how big Ontario is. There's a lot to discover. So those drives, you feel like, oh, there's a beach up north, like Tobermory or something. That's 2 hours, or the 3-hour trips. Like you can drive for, I think it's Thunder Bay, a 17-hour drive.
No,
and you're still in Ontario.
Yes, I know.
Right?
No,
It's wild.
No, I'm not doing a 17-hour drive.
Oh, no.
I'm not doing a 17-hour drive. That's just not going to happen.
Do you typically take trips in the summer?
I'm being encouraged to do some day stuff, and I'll see if I push myself to do it. Like the last Sunday, basically, people being shocked. I didn't do any live broadcasting for a day. Which on the weekend, because usually I have one show, usually the prime time with Aisha and Lala, and on the Sunday we scheduled a replay for Black Canada Talking, and I said, you know what, I'm going to hang out with the family at this picnic, so we pre-recorded the episode of Black Men Can Talk, and it went fine. I'll see, but it's going to go by quickly. I won't say fast, quickly. So just got to enjoy it. I'm wondering, with all the different events, how our Black business people are faring at these events. I'd be very interested to see. It sounds like Afrofest was going fine until there was a shooting.
Well, they say it wasn't a shooting. It was fireworks or firecrackers that caused the stampede.
Oh, so I'm keeping a watch on YouTube here. McMillan says, I need you to take a road trip with me. Done right, it is actually an enjoyable experience. No, I think road trips are good. It just, for me, it's getting me to do it. Once I do it, I'm great.
Yeah.
It's getting me to there is the challenge. But I am taking more and more downtime. And with a good staff of interns, it's making it easier to do and more manageable. But yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, Ontario is huge. This country is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was curious with what happened with Afrofest. So they had to cancel the second day. So for those that are watching right now, I'm curious, what are your plans for Caravana? That weekend or leading up to Caravana. And as people are thinking, I'm curious what your plans are for Caravana coming up.
You know what my plans are.
I'm listening. So what do you typically do during Caravana weekend?
I have not. First of all, I don't call it that. You know what I call it?
Oh.
You don't know?
Oh, American something?
Ameribana.
Right. All right, Maribana.
Right? Because that's a weekend that a lot of
Hey, that is a tourism. So now you asked about how businesses are faring with that amount of tourism coming into the city. What could we do to leverage that economic prosperity? Like so much money is being spent. Are us as
Ryan,
businesses
that,
utilizing it?
Ryan, that question's been repeated for over the last 20 years.
And we need to answer it. Like we can't just let it fester, like and just not pay attention to it. Like what can we do to leverage all this economic activity happening in the city?
I, I think that my first thing that comes to my alleged mind is if many of these businesses could get together and act as a voice, as a block, they would have more leverage to the powers that be. Saying, hey, you know what? We represent, we're whatever, just off the top of my alleged mind, we're like 100 businesses. We generate this amount of dollars to the income or to this city over this period of time. How can you assist us? You got to bring it together. Like if celebrations like the Taste of Lawrence can bring that leverage, why can't a Maribana?
Absolutely.
I
A Taste of the Caribbean would be perfect around that time, right?
Because I always see these again pockets events. Yeah, it's great. And also too, we're in a environment, especially now, less and less monies are coming downstream.
Gotcha. That's what I'm noticing. Like, how do we leverage what's happening there so that our businesses benefit? Because if it won't filter downstream if we don't purposefully make it. Like,
all right,
people are currently benefiting are not thinking of us.
So Macmillan Group, who's our number one fan today on YouTube, comments by saying, she says last week of November would be a great time to visit Antigua, Ryan. There is an art festival on during the last week of November.
Okay.
It's a beautiful island. So if Ray McMillan says it, I pretty much say it's true to
God. Yes.
that would be a suggestion to go down there the last week. One thing I am hearing though is for many people is the price to travel is getting so expensive.
Yeah, and even just within Canada, like going to other cities, there used to be $100, $200. Now it's like $600, $700.
One of the things that always phases me, I'm trying to figure out why is it more expensive, and though it's a little bit of a longer flight, more expensive to go to British Columbia than it is to Jamaica.
That I will never understand.
And maybe Ray can provide some clarity on that. But I'm going, I'd love to, like, I've been to BC once and I loved it. Okanagan Valley in BC, loved it. I could never forget that trip and driving to the Vancouver and Victoria, and also driving to the Alberta BC border, going up to the Rocky Mountains. Never forget it. But man, it's not cheap.
Exactly, man.
Shouldn't it not be cheaper for me to fly in this country than outside, like across a continent, basically?
Right. Yeah, that's what boggles the mind. It's like how does that compute? You know, and we're within our own country. You would think there should be some preferred rate for staying in our country.
Yes, a preferred rate. I like that.
Well, now that there's that, I don't know if it's controversy, but I saw they had to do an indigenous summit because of the Bill C-5.
The federal government wants to really push ahead to get development in light of what's going on with tariffs and things like that. It'd be very interesting to go. So, you know, Ryan, what's your thought process in all this tariff wars?
It's interesting because businesses will adapt. So the way the tariffs are being used is like political theater, because you can just say anything, but it all comes down to the border. So the businesses that we talk to, and even for myself, I ordered a package from Missouri.
Oh,
I ordered it May 30th. it didn't get to my door until this week, July, I think 14th, 15th. It was at the border all of June, all of July in Windsor for no reason. And it's like, then they want you to sign up for something called C.R.A.F.T. That process is just tedious. So anybody out there that's going through the process of setting up your C.R.A.F.T. account and your login.
Oh,
and
hold
your
on.
portal-
Let's. Do I have permission to interrupt?
Yeah.
What is CARM?
Oh man, hold on. Actually, I have it here.
I
C.R.A.F.T.
did
is
not know.
Oh, well, it's the so CBSA is the Canada Business, no, Canada Border Services Agency, and then they created C.R.A.F.T. It's not showing the full thing of it, but producer Matt, if you could pull it up, but it's only showing the acronym. Yeah, the C.R.A.F.T. client portal. So pretty much it's the client portal to handle import exports. So you have to find a brokerage company, but your brokerage company can't work with you unless you have a C.R.A.F.T. account. So the
Oh,
C.R.A.F.T. is new.
so this is new.
Yes. So it launched just the end of last year and now is coming online. So when you talk about tariffs, this is what it causes. It causes changes at the border. And then because the border doesn't know what's going on yet, because they can't work in speculation. It's like
No.
if something comes to the border, they need to know, does additional charges need to go on it? Can it go through? And now they're doing a lot more scrutiny on what the actual item is made of. So before you used to just say, "Oh, made in the U.S." Now they want to know because we would get steam cleaners to come out. So what are all the components in the steam cleaner, and where are those components from? So even though it's made in the U.S., if components of it from China, that's
Tax.
going to cause
Tariffs.
delay at the border and possible tariffs. So this is where business owners, they get put into kind of this limbo where if an announcement is made, it's going to cause delays at the border. Even if it doesn't come through, the border still causes delays, and then you don't know if you need to absorb that charge or pass it on to your client. Because when the purchase was made, and then as it's in transit, a tariff gets announced. So the person that bought it already paid a certain amount. So it's difficult for an entrepreneur to now go to that person and be like, you know what? While in transit, they announced this tariff, so I have to put this extra 25% on it. They're like, yeah, just cancel the order. Like, or the entrepreneur now has to absorb it, and all the profit on that purchase is gone.
Pass it on. You have to pass it on to the end consumer. Like, for lack of it, isn't tariff basically a tax to the consumer most of the time?
It's to the end user. So the person that is, so the company that's importing now is gonna have to eat that cost and pass it on, or pretty much be unprofitable. Like they can't operate with 25% or plus additional costs. So they're gonna work that into their pricing. So now the end users that are buying are gonna be paying extra. Or what I'm seeing some entrepreneurs say is, I'm now not dealing with the US. Like, and all my business in the US, I'm just stopping it because it's just too stressful to be in this state of flux where you don't really know what's happening. You're losing money because you're trying to keep these clients, but is it worth it? So I don't know how many on the macro scale are going to just cut off import exporting, but if you have buffer to eat these costs or just to to wade through these next 3 years until things get more stable, I think a lot of people are just gonna just shut it down.
All right. So just some updated comments from our dear friend from the McMillan Group, Ray McMillan. He says that the reason why the air costs are higher inside of Canada, travel volumes. We have only a few flying opportunities intra-Canada compared to traveling to one of the most visited destinations in the Caribbean. It says, ask, were you shipping in your own name or a company name, Ryan?
Company name. And that's where, because it was if it was my personal name, it would have actually gone through quicker. Well, because it was a company name, they needed CARM to be set up. So you had to get your it's the RM number. So you needed an RM number. So for those that have your business incorporated, and you'd have like your payroll HSD number, so RT for taxes, RP for payroll. Now there's an RM that you need to get for import export. So,
Wow.
so it's a whole new additional wrinkle to bringing in products.
Okay, and he also says Ray was planning to ship something for his daughter in mid-March. It was cheaper for him to fly it over himself than ship it.
Oh yeah.
One of the impacts of the tariffs.
And what the UPS person told me, because I was sending something for repair, and so when you send it, they're like, at the border, they can't promise anything. Like when it gets to the border going in, whoever, like if they're having a bad day, that person that is checking that package, they can just send it back without any real reason, or
Wow.
it delays. Like so, mine got delayed coming back, but so getting there was okay. But then the UPS person was like, "Listen, we can't," and you have to sign off that they can't promise that your package is going to get there or get back. So it's like, and she said somebody had sent a scarf for their family, and it got sent back. It wouldn't.
A scarf. A scarf.
What is happening? Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
and she said actually because they couldn't identify place of origin, so they weren't able to identify where the scarf was made, so they sent it back.
So producer Matt says, I'm hoping with Carney opening up the trade barriers between the provinces, that'll open up local travel as well. He's only been to Alberta once, and it was probably one of his favorite trips. Would love to see more of Canada, especially with my girlfriend's family living in British Columbia.
Nice.
There you go. You know what? Ryan has a giveaway. So let's put up this reel. So give us a little.
Yeah, so we definitely want to see more of our clients, especially when it's their birthday, because during the birthday time, it's always positive. So we wanted to add to the positivity. So Detail Ignite, we created a birthday club where people can sign up. So during their birthday week, they would get preferred pricing on our detailing services. So they're not showing up to their birthday events in a dirty car, both inside or outside. And also, as you're part of the birthday club, you get entered into, now we're trying out this weekly draw. So on the Morning Vibe, on Fridays, we're going to be drawing a name to get a free car wash. So you get the exterior of your car washed for free. Our team will come and just celebrate, even if it's not your birthday, celebrate it early, but the birthday club. So we have it set up to so the first birthday club members, we entered them into the wheel of names. So we're gonna click it and spin it so that we will pick our first winners. All right, are we ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the first winner. So we're gonna do two. So we're gonna do two winners. All right. So okay, Fatima 2. So, I need to write that down. Actually,
You better write that down. Yeah.
So we have our first winner.
They ain't coming to me when they want their car washed, buddy. I said, go Ryan tonight.
Like, what did I talk about? I don't know how to clean cars. So that's our first winner, and we're gonna do a second one.
So we're gonna be doing this for the next Friday for a while.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, if you're watching and are not part of the birthday club, now's the best time to join. So
you gotta drive people, tell people on Fridays to come and see if they win.
Exactly. So detailingnights.ca/birthday club. Actually, I'll pull it up after. So actually, let me pull it up now. Detailingnights.ca/birthday club. So you can see what I'm talking about. So you're able to celebrate your birthday with a royal detailing. So again, you get the exclusive birthday discounts during your birthday week. You get a prize draw for an exterior car wash. That's what we're doing today. And of course, we are mobile and eco-friendly, so we come right to your house or to your office to clean your car. So we are gonna jump back to the wheel of names
All right.
so we can select our second winner. Let's see, who do we got here? Oh, this is gonna start. Ederlin. Okay, so congratulations to our two winners. You are going to get an email and text to schedule your car wash, and then watch the Detailing Nights Instagram or the Detailing Nights YouTube for videos and pictures of when we get to clean the car, and go see Fatimo and Ederlin when we clean their cars.
All right. Thank you for making that available. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Nice. So has some giveaways throughout this summer on Friday, which is good. Also today we had, we had Desiree coming on. She's going to be coming on Monday. I know you probably have to run soon. So what is coming up for you on your weekend?
The weekend is a birthday weekend. So Jasmine, she's going to be hanging out with her cousins. We're going to try to get to the beach, get to Wildwater Kingdom, which is now called something else, but I will never call it that. It's always Wildwater Kingdom to me. And, and what is happening Saturday? Yeah, I think we were trying one of those escape rooms. So yeah, the weekend will be fun and interesting. How about yourself? How's the weekend looking?
It's not. I'm hoping for it to be quite. It's been a very positive, productive week. Actually, I won't say much with it, but I was actually interviewed by CBC Radio this week.
Hey, was it live or pre-recorded?
It was a pre-recorded talking about supports for non-birth parents.
Interesting.
Non-birthing parents. So that means fathers, uh, you know, bonus dads, bonus moms, etc., like that. And it's funny because the gentleman reached out to me and go, "How did you hear about it?" "Oh, I've been keeping an eye on you. You present yourself, da 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 da." And so yeah, we did a 30-minute recording, and of course they only took out maybe a minute and a half. But the whole report on was his final report was only like 3 minutes long, so I've got about 30 to 45 seconds of it. But he said, yeah, it says you really present yourself well, la 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 la. So I said, no, thank you, no problem. So, and the thing is, he called me on, was it the Tuesday, and we did it on the Wednesday, so it was like not a lot of prep. Yeah, it was not a lot of prep things. We recorded it audio wise through Zoom, no cameras. It was cool. It was cool. So that's a lot. It was quiet for a little while. It's got really lots going on in a very short period of time. Things can just turn on a dime. Okay, and this we'll chat a little bit about before you leave, but I definitely want to do a show on it. What do you feel is the state of the Black Canadian economy?
I feel like it's stuck in neutral. Like not a lot of entrepreneurs are scaling exponentially. Some of them are surviving and the tariffs, don't affect them too much. But I'm not seeing a lot of entrepreneurs scaling quickly. I'm seeing a few, maybe a handful, getting VC funding, being able to get the support they need. But every day, the restaurants, retail, it seems to have plateaued. So we're hoping like what will actually help people get to that next level. And usually it's an injection of capital will help them, get the marketing, get the inventory that they need. But yeah, something's got to shift. And again, with a lot of the uncertainty, because a lot of the retail, they import a lot of products. And again, we're hearing at the border, they're stuck with the changes and things not getting through. So it's difficult to grow your business when you can't really rely on products coming in. And then food costs went crazy. So restaurants they were already having slim margins. Now with the food cost increase, we have to figure out ways to do better group buying for especially food products. Like there's so many restaurants. I know Roger Dundas talks about this all the time. Why we aren't doing group purchases for things that we buy all the time: rice, chicken, oxtail, those should be automatic things that we're buying in bulk across all the restaurants, and then having some sort of entity that can logistically get it to everybody. But purchasing all at once, I think, would reduce a lot of the costs.
I have a suggestion. I think you should be the head of the Oxtail Consortium Buyers Group.
I would 100% take that role. If there's anything I can do for restaurants, but to reduce the cost of oxtail, I will sign up for that. Yes.
But you know what? But just reflecting on what you just shared again goes back to what I said at the beginning about a Marabana consortium, get together, act as a buying group. Act as a buying group, saying, "Hey, we bring collectively this amount of money to your doorstep." Because whether we like it or not, we live in a capitalistic society.
That's it. We need to learn how to navigate through it. It's a game, man. And we're not either understanding the rules or trying to play the game in a way that doesn't benefit us. So until macro change happens, we have to understand the game we're in.
Well, we have to play chess, not checkers.
Exactly.
We have to play chess. Well, I know you got to run, but we will see you on Monday, so you'll be ready to ask. I'm sure you'll be fully loaded with Desiree with questions for the topic. But thanks for dropping by as usual. Have a good weekend.
My pleasure. Always good seeing you.
All right, take care. Be well. All right, let's do our usual housework. Then we're going to get it out of here. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack, which we're broadcasting live on. Yes. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe at the vibe.show.com, or I put the link to join the Discord group in the comments section on most places except YouTube. Advertise your business, product, or service. Email me dr.vibe at the vibe.show.com. If you want to get in, okay. Just want to put it up. What am I gonna do? Okay. Remember again, craft series starts on Monday. You want to get a hold of Ryan. RyanO'NeillKnight.com. That's Knight with a KN, not an N. Link to Ryan O'Neill Knight, Instagram at Ryan.99. Also, email address workwithme@RyanO'NeillKnight.com. Myself. What about myself? The drvibeshow.com website, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, The Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram at THEDRVIBESHOW. X at DRVIBESHOW, and then email address I've given too many times. So, and then we're also on Blue Sky. Yes, we're on Blue Sky and Substack. Substack, drvibe.substack.com/subscribe, and then Blue Sky at drvibe.bsky social. And you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Afro-Caribbean Business Network. Should say YouTube and Facebook. We'll change that, and more platforms coming on. All right. That's it. So live your life as a dream. If you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And more comments here. C.R.A.F.T says to get people for our private little Dr. Vibe Effect posse. Email. Okay. Fitness IQ Cam says, thank you, producer Matt. She goes, watcha. Me sounde. LOL. All right. And so just on YouTube, the top 3 comment fans today were Ray McMillan, producer Matt, and C.R.A.F.T. All right. Did I say it? I don't know if I said it. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both and make it better. God bless. Ah, look at this. I see it now. What you've done, producer Matt, the vibe effect. I see what you've done now. Okay, it's all good. So the vibe effect is in effect. God bless. Peace, y'all. Keep the faith. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Lots of conversations coming up. God bless. Peace, y'all. Keep the faith. Well, good. Bye.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.